guys, welcome back to our channel. So I have a super iconic interview with director Dave Meyers, who just did This Is Me Now, a love story with J-Lo. We're going to talk about the film, but also a lot of his iconic music videos from back in the day, including J-Lo's All I Have and I'm Real, and many, many more with some of your favorite artists, and just how the time has progressed and him reconnecting with J-Lo and creating this masterpiece. Let me know what you think and continue to like, comment, and subscribe. Hi, Dave. It's so good to see you again. I don't know if you remember, but I met you at the first, I think it was like content creator screening.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
was at
yeah,
that
yeah,
house in the hills.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
I
when I
love
first
you.
saw it there, I was like, when I first saw This Is Me Now, I was like obsessed. So then when I went to see it at the premiere, I was already like excited because I knew all the songs, I knew what to expect, but it was like even more fun to see it again. Um, so now tonight I'll be seeing the doc, so I'm excited for that too. Now I do have to ask, like, for both the This Is Me Now and the Greatest Love Story Never Told, what was the inception behind it all? Like, what was like the start of it? Like, did Jen approach you? I would love to like tell my fans the story of how this all came about.
Yeah, so usually music projects, the artists will reach out to me. So this started as a music project. She had a new album. She wanted to do something outside of the norm, and I got a phone call. I showed up. I She played the whole album for me. I gathered from talking to her that she was not interested in only one music video, and then we sort of had a nice conversation after the song about, like, I hadn't really seen her since, the back in the day when I was doing the videos with her. And she was just in a very beautiful headspace, and was just opening up about the life, what she's been through. I was able to ask her personal questions about what she went through when her and Ben broke up the first time. I mean, she was just talking about a lot of the stuff that inspired the music, and what she's been through as a messenger, or as a disciple looking for love, true love, and the struggles that she's been through. And then so I kind of took all that to heart, and then came back with, I've always loved Pink Floyd's The Wall. And in the way that it's a melody of musical and the story is sort of interwoven in abstract ways. And so I kind of pitched her the abstract biopic, like one that sort of captures the essence of Jen, but wasn't literal. And she, basically fell in love in the room. I wasn't sure what she was going to say, but she just sort of held my document and was like, I want to make this. And so from that point, it became really a roll up your sleeves collaboration with her. Many, almost every day at the house, at her house, writing the script with her, and the writers that we had, and shaping both the crazy visions that I had with the real truth and detail of her journey. And sort of, and then, Ben was helping consult on selling it around town, and just, it was just a really beautiful, organic way that it came about. And we ran into some roadblocks that the documentary is pretty good at capturing, and Jen's determination in those moments was really inspiring. Like, because it seemed like those roadblocks in previous experiences in my life tend to ruin what we're working on. And with Jen, she just was so steadfast about doing this, that she used all her muscle to make it happen. And that was a real blessing to be on that have her as a fearless leader like that, and to be so self-invested was, we just kind of carried it through. So I just tried to do my part, and she did her part, and here we are.
No, I was saying that I feel like this was such a cinematic experience that I feel like it's going to pave the way for like how artists do their videos, or, how they want to present their music moving forward. Because it was definitely very, you connect with Jen and you get like a personal connection with her as a fan, as opposed to what you read in the tabloid, and like you really understand like what's going on and what happened and how she feels. And as women, as fans, everybody can relate to that, no matter like what age you are. So I think it was very like emotional. It was very like visually amazing. So I do also have to ask, when Jen is bringing you all of these truths, these personal moments in her life, these emotional heartbreaks, how do you like tackle to bring that onto the screen and bring it without, the way you did?
um it's lots of, I mean, it's like building a puzzle. So I knew from just her life that she was pretty good friends with Fat Joe. And when she was talking about the pain she's been in, I was like, oh my God, Fat Joe therapy would be amazing. Like he's, because he's kind of, it's meta. Like yes, he's playing a therapist, but they are actually friends in real life. And I could see that there's a camaraderie, and you can see that in the scenes. They're having a camaraderie. So even though they're playing roles, it's like it's working on all kinds of levels. Um, the the glass house was a way to, and the rope that ties them together in Rebound was a way to address that not all of her relationships have been savory. That there's been, and the complexity of difficult relationships, or abusive relationships, where you still are pulled back to each other, by the passion that's in the air, or whatever, so I felt like the glass house was a really great metaphor for that, because not only is it fragile, but you can be seen, and you can see other people, and everybody's in their own complicated, fucked up relationships. So somehow that justifies you sticking it out with where you're at. And it just seemed like, metaphorically or perfume wise, or as a scent of what she went through, that was something beautiful to watch about something very uncomfortable. Um, the dancing in the rain, the idea that she had triumphed in loving herself, and understanding that sort of human healing that she needed to go through, felt right as like a Hollywood ode, on top of that, I mean, Jen 15 times while we were writing the script would call me, oh my God, there's a hummingbird at my window. Like, she's obsessed with hummingbirds. So like the idea that she's dancing in the rain with a hummingbird, was it speaks to Jen, because she's completely obsessed with hummingbirds, and has all this, symbolism that she applies to it in her real life, and was really moved by that. And then also her as a major dancer, paying tribute to the Fred Astaire's and the Gene Kellys, by doing her own remix in the rain. So each sort of element of the film spoke to me, a crayon color of Jen's truth. And so whether it's literally spelled out, or whether it's just felt in sort of the journey, and she's obsessed with zodiacs and signs. I was able to trigger that by a rumor that I heard on Twitter or something, that she got rid of certain dancers that were like a Virgos or something. She's like, and I asked her, I said, is that true? She said, no, that's not true. But I'm asking her about the gossip, and then that stemmed this idea that then she went on a rant about, not a rant, a rant, went on a sort of a side tangent about zodiacs. And I was like, oh my God, it'd be so cool if the zodiacs are sort of also what the Twitter sphere is. And like, what, like, is there a way to kind of have the zodiacs be overseeing her life, so like it was just a very organic swing to and I guess the most beautiful part is that she understood all the swings. What, I didn't have to sell it very hard. I would come up with an idea, and she would be completely compelled by it, and that sort of synchronicity is rare. And so I think that's probably what I'll celebrate and miss the most about the last year of my life, is just the being in sync with someone that closely is beautiful.
Well, I really want to see more of this because I've still been watching it over and over again, and it's my favorite thing I've seen this year. So I think I have time for one more. How has this personally changed you, this experience?
Um, it's a whole lot of ways. I'll try to see if I can consolidate it. Uh, uh, it was very validating, because she's not only, I have a lot of confidence with musicians, and doing what I've done in music videos. Is I've done it for 30 years, and done it, with enough success that I have my bearings. But I've had a real trouble being validated with studios. I always feel like I'm questioned. I haven't really had the chance to make movies that are really reflective of my style. And here you got a major movie star that completely is in sync with me, and would put her own money into the visions that we're coming up with. And so that felt very validating, and that it worked, and that she was happy with it, and that Ben was happy with it. And and that ultimately Amazon, bought it and saw the potential of it as well. was very satisfying for the journey that I've been on. It also was satisfying because the music videos are always under attack, and struggling with good funding and things like that. It's not like there's very few Michael Jackson kind of swings left. Taylor does them, Beyonce does them, and Jen does them. And there might be a couple others, but for the most part, it's a very limited amount of people that swing big for music videos. And so this was an opportunity to not only do a big music video, but to do it in a way that could be a new format if it worked. It could inspire other artists to want to make long form and create ways to release their album. If we captured Jen in an authentic way, other artists might imprint like, oh yeah, that's a really interesting way to take their identities and put it out there and explore their creativity. And with streamers like the Amazon, if the I don't know what the stats are yet, I haven't got the final report, but if it was considered a success or worthwhile financially for Amazon to invest, then there would be a precedent. And so that's really exciting that maybe we could do more of these, and with other artists, and for Jen paving the way and being a pioneer and a courageous sort of, champion for music was very exciting to me to have that opportunity and to try to carry the torch for all of the music industry and to build this bridge. It's a hard bridge to build. Nobody really understood the script except Jen and I. And even Amazon, I think, we approached them early on, but they didn't really even understand it until we were able to show them an edit, or until it was near the end, and it all started to make more sense. So it was just, that's, and then just personally, the validation of, Jen, someone I've known for 20 years, and to be able to be chosen and celebrated by her, is, after all these years, is just it's my own version of, and then the subject matter, you know, the subject matter of what we all go through. I mean, sure, this is a woman's story of going through what she gone through, but God, if it wasn't for like being so close to this, that I actually started going through my own version of like realizing how unaccountable I've been with myself. And I've let myself get run over a little bit in my efforts to please other people, and watching Jen and go through this and share her stories with me, and seeing her and Ben now. And it really actually helped make a couple of adjustments in my way that I treat myself, and already has had a great impact in a positive way on my marriage. And so it's been a very inspiring behind the scenes experience.
Thank you so much for sharing that with me, because I also found like after watching This Is Me Now, I went through my own kind of like mental awareness with just everything in life. And because there is a story behind it, and I'm also going to see the behind the scenes of creating this story, I really do hope this is the way like music and music videos and they move forward. So thank you so much. I've probably taken up too much of your time, but it was great to actually be able to chat with you. Hope you have a lovely day, and hopefully see you tonight
Likewise.
too.
I'll see you tonight if you're there.
I'll be there.